Hi, Priya.
Hi, Alison, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, it's been long since we met. The breakfast people, the last, right?
Yeah, the last Ladies of Harley Malaysia breakfast ride. It seems like it was not that
Exactly.
long ago, but with those endless lockdowns, it seems like ages ago. I think it's never ending. It's really frustrating, but it was an amazing ride.
For an enthusiastic rider like us, I think it's a bit frustrating. You know, you can't even. The furthest I can go is just to the 7-Eleven. So that's far. That's how I just warm up my bike, and I have two bikes at home. I have to warm up my husband's one as well.
Yes, indeed. So actually, that's the reason why I really wanted to interview Priya, to interview you, because of course I know a lot of ladies of Harley Malaysia. I've been riding with them for over 6 years. But last time I've met you and we did this breakfast ride, you told me about that story where you actually offered a motorcycle to your husband. And I thought it was such a badass, fun, and nice present to give to your husband. I thought, oh, I need to know a little bit more about that woman. Like, she seems quite unconventional. Well, when we ride Harley in Malaysia, usually we're not too unconventional, but you in particular, I thought, okay, I want to know a little bit more. So first, can you tell me, can you share at least with me and people who might watch this interview, what brought you to motorcycle in the first place? When did you start riding?
Okay, I started to ride my motorcycle, my first one, illegally when I was 11. Legally when I got my license when I was 16. So illegally, my dad taught me how to ride a motorcycle when I was 11, and we will just go around the neighborhood and so on, even including my younger sister. So if I was 11, she was 9. We started riding motorcycle. Okay, and that was without a clutch bike. So when fast forward, I started, from 11 and just around neighborhood and so on. When I was 16, my father, he got me a motorbike because legally you get to take your license when you are 16 in Malaysia. So my father, he presented me a motorbike for my birthday, and I started riding to school. So ever since that, I started riding and so on. And I was when I came to KL to study and everything, I was also riding. Oh, there are few accidents and so on, but that didn't break my spirit actually. I have few scars, permanent scars, which I had to drop my ambition of becoming an air stewardess because of a major scar in my, you see in my hand here. So
So basically, it's your father who taught you. I find it quite interesting, and because in Malaysia, many people and women in particular tell me, "Oh, I never learned riding because my parents they say riding is dangerous." You know, in Malaysia, when you talk about motorcycling, people always tell you, "Oh, it's dangerous. People ride like crazy," and so very often they don't ride because they think it's dangerous or because the family tell them not to. So I'm wondering, like, is it that your parents or father were passionate about motorcycle, and also then there is also the cultural aspect. Sometimes there are families who are a little bit like, it's not for girls. You shouldn't ride. It's for men. So can you tell me a little bit about that? How come were your parents and especially father so open-minded, and why did he want you to learn how to ride?
okay, I came from how to say, a family who is they taught us how to be independent since I was young. My mother was like a Margaret Thatcher. That's all I can say. So she doesn't like that, we being even though we are girls and so on, we cannot be depending on someone. So she always put us that you need to do this, you need to learn this. There's no one who's going to come and help you one day and everything. So I can even change a flat tire, a car flat tire when I was 17. Yeah. So my father, he says like,
I have no
okay,
idea.
oh, you have no idea. Okay, I can change a flat tire, a car flat tire basically. So he says that nobody's going to come and help you if at all you are in trouble. So you need to learn all this. And so I started being independent since I was young. And that's why you see I am alone with my 3 children. I don't, my husband lives abroad, and it's from small. I'm already independent since I'm young. And then again, I say that actually, it starts from your home.
Fair point. So what do you love most about motorcycles? So again, you learn quite young, you started riding, but then again, there's a big gap between, learning Kepchai, a small motorbike to roam around the city and actually start riding big bikes and traveling and going around places and so on. So what pushed you to start riding big bikes and what do you love about it?
I like a bike, which actually because of how to say, when you ride the bike, your concentration is only on the road, so you don't think of anything. And whenever you okay, honestly, when you are doing a turn or a lap or something like that, you will be like, when you do something, like, so when you corner, you take a deep corner and you will be like, wow. You don't do that in a car while you're driving. You don't do that. You only do that when you're on the bike. So actually, I just so I was thinking that why don't I just get my husband a Harley? So that's when I surprised him with a Harley, which he has no idea of anything. I told him that I'm going to get him a bicycle since he has put on some weight because of this COVID and he's on quarantine and so on. I tricked him. So I have good sets of friends with me, which I would like to mention, like Raj, Perry, Prakash, and Dasan. These were my friends, but they were like in the Harley group. And then so I approached them and I told them that I thought of getting a Harley for my husband. So they were like suggesting which bike should I get and everything. And they were also into the drama of tricking my husband, which my husband has got no idea at all, even until I took out the bike. And I got the bike, I registered the bike in November, but I only managed to take it out in February because I had to wait for my husband to come back, and because of this COVID and he couldn't travel back and everything, the bike was there in PJ for many, many months, which I'm grateful for them because they didn't, make noise. So when my husband came back, I brought him to go and buy some, riding glasses. And I told him that we are going on a bicycle. So you need riding glasses. And he was like, okay, since when are we, adjusting to this new hobby and everything? I said, yeah, you need to shed some weight. So let's go get it. And he was, showing off his new riding bicycle glasses, goggles. And my friends were, were just tagging along. So on that day when we surprised him in Harley, for once, my husband, he cried. He shed tears. He hugged me and he cried. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why he cried. Is that either because of the Harley, or is it he's proud to have me as his wife? Or either maybe because
that was
I boost up, or either I boost up the bank account. You might be like, what did she do with the money in the account? I don't know. He cried for which one. But he was overwhelmed now with the bike. So and actually I have and I got him a tour pack because I only wanted to be a pillion rider. Never in my wildest dream that I will ride the bike. So he thought I only know how to ride a bike without a clutch. So we got the bike on Monday, and Tuesday he taught me to ride the bike, which it's been like almost 10, 11 years I touch a bike, a motorbike, a normal bike. And then he said, you can ride really well. That's the first time he's seeing me riding a bike, because he taught me how to ride a clutch bike. And so my first clutch bike was a Harley. And he said, you can ride really well. And on Wednesday, we went to Harley, and he booked my bike. And I was flabbergasted, actually. I only wanted to become a pillion rider. So I was a pillion rider only for one day. And the following week, we took out my Street Bob. That's how. So that is our journey.
Bob is really cool. I love this bike. My mom has a Street Bob, and I rode it once to Spain. Back in France, I have a Sportster, but sometimes I would use the Fat Boy because I love the Fat Boy. But my mom, she has a Street Bob, and I rode it to Spain, and I really loved it in Spain. So I think that's a really cool bike to start. Also, it's pretty low, right? So it's very nice for women. But that's an amazing story. So basically, you bought this bike for your husband, and then he taught you, he wanted to share that passion of yours and with you and have you ride your own.
Yeah, and he was like, why don't we ride together? And I was like, okay, since that's your wish. And then So we got the bike the following week. So the first week we got his bike, the following week we got my bike. And again, I said that I have these good sets of friends who are around, they are around us, so they were motivating us. And we started being a couple who, you know, who just ride together.
That's a super cool couple. So tell me also, you're riding, so you're part of the Ladies of Harley. And
Yes, exactly.
you've done a few outings and so on. And I'm wondering, because I've been, as I said, I've been with the Ladies of Harley in a few weekends, riding and so on for a few years now. And there was one Malaysian Indian in Melaka who rode with us a few times. But I see many Malaysian women with Indian background riding bikes in general. You know, is there a specific reason?
It's a very critical question, actually.
I know.
It's actually, I honestly, I don't know, but what as an advice as an an Indian myself, I would just like to invite all these Indian ladies around Malaysia to just break the stereotype and come out from your cocoon. And you can do it actually, because most parents, I know, they are a bit like conservative, so they plant in a head saying that a wife should cook for the husband, go to work, come home, and then they have to feed their kids and everything. That doesn't mean that I ride my bike and I fail to do so. Okay, I have never run away from my responsibilities. So which I think that you need to break the stereotype, and you guys need to come out from that small tiny cocoon of ours in our Indian community.
Yeah, but you know why I'm asking that? Because in India, there's a growing community. Like, I know so many Indian women riding. So of course, bikes to go around, it's very practical in crazy traffic. But also, despite the culture and so on, there's a growing number. I see a lot of Indian women. So that's why I'm surprised why it's not the case in Malaysia, of people of Indian culture, because actually in India, there are more and more women riding. So, that's why I was curious. And you're right. I have a few Indian friends, and they always tell me, "Oh, it's so exciting! I love it. I'd like to do it." But yeah, I don't know what's preventing them. Yeah, because there is the societal expectations or maybe the family. But I think it's the case, as I said, with Malaysian Chinese, the family, they say, "Oh, it's too dangerous." I know lots of Malaysian Chinese, they ride and the family doesn't know, it's a secret. In the Malay culture as well, there is this also sense of, looking after the family, staying home. There are this type of value, and still Malay women, you see more Malay women on big bikes than Indian ones. I was curious to know. So let me know as well, so with the Ladies of Harley and so on, I was curious to know what has been your motorcycle memory so far?
With Ladies of Harley.
Or I would say in general, it doesn't have to be necessarily with the Ladies of Harley. I have another questions on the Ladies of Harley, but I would say in general, in terms of riding experience or moments, what's your best memory?
Okay, the best memories that I have so far, besides collecting the bike, and then with now this quarantine and so on, so we have like limited movement. So I managed to go join few rides with the Hot PJ. And also with as I said, I have a small group of friends, and then but then we only managed to do short trips, which we for now we can go across to another country. My son. Okay. Okay. Why don't you sit with mommy here? Okay. Why don't you sit with mommy here? Okay. Okay.
Come say.
Okay. So the best memories, as I said, okay. Recently, my husband came down and he was locked down. so we had limited movement. So what I did was I packed some small little bit foods and everything in a lunch bag, and we'll just go a small ride, short one, and we'll just eat by the roadside. So that is the sweetest thing, you know, that I can manage to do, because he came back, he wanted to ride, and because of the lockdown, so I sympathize him now. That's all I can do. So the small thing as a wife which I can do. Hang on, okay. Sorry. So the small things that, you know, these are the things that actually that I can step up as a wife, as a lady rider, and you know. So as I said, you can't be finding for excuse and so on that you can't ride, or you know, being a mother, you can't do anything. So I just did something small, and it was even though it's a small gesture for me, it really means a lot to him. So he was very happy about it. And you know, it's still I just like, you know, pack some small foods like sandwiches, noodles, and happened so it was our wedding anniversary. So that was the best thing I did. We went to KLCC and we just ate by the roadside. Because we couldn't.
That makes me think of Dea, one of the ladies I interviewed in Indonesia, and she said, "Oh, that's the best thing ever. You know, it kind of makes adds some excitement in the relationship. My husband, that we go riding, the most exciting things to do as a couple, to go on a bike ride. You know, so she loves that." Riding as a couple, you know, that gives a little bit of spices, and I find it very romantic too, like going on a road trip with my partner. I find that super romantic. So what would you say motorcycling has brought to your life so far in general? What does motorcycling bring to your life?
Motorcycling, can you hang on? Genera, can you look after him for a while?
Well,
okay,
I think you can answer. It gives me a bit of freedom to get out of the kids, to escape from home and the screaming kids.
I just don't want to say it, but
I say it for you.
Oh, freedom. That's a correct question with my background. You know, you can hear the background. Okay, Jada, stop it. Okay, why don't I just pull them in for a while? Jada, stop it, Jada.
You talk with us.
Okay, this is one of the freedom that it takes me on a motorbike ride where I'm free from my kids for at least 10 minutes. You know.
I can feel you. I can.
Okay. No. Okay. My kids are very restless and they're so excited to be on, you know, on air. So why don't you come and let's be on air for
hello.
You know?
How old are you? What's your name?
Again?
And how old are you?
How old are you?
6.
You're 6 years old. And do you go on mommy's bike? Do you go on the bike of your mom's?
No.
On the dad's. You went on whose bike?
I went on that Eve.
Oh, you went on daddy's bike.
Yeah.
You like it?
So you like it? So are you proud of your mom? Why are you proud of me?
Because you take care of us. You always.
Look here. Why are you proud of me? So I am doing the interview now. Stand up.
Because you take care of us. You sleep with us. You tell us bedtime stories. You sing us lullabies. Take us somewhere.
Someone? No, okay. Are you proud that your mommy is a rider? Why?
That's
Why are
very
you proud? Why are you proud that your mommy is your mommy is a rider? Why are you proud? Okay.
I kind of don't know.
You don't know. Why are you proud of me? Okay, session ends. Okay, go there and play now. Okay, go there quickly. Okay, let's get back to our session.
Yes, so cute, the teeth. So, and your two others, so you have another son and a daughter. How old are they?
I have 3 kids. So the eldest is a daughter. Okay, let me introduce you to the upcoming the rider. Okay, this is Janora.
Hello.
Hi, Nora. Do you want to ride as well when you grow older?
Yes.
Oh, I hope so. Mommy can teach you.
Mommy can teach you. Yeah. Okay, so what are you going to say? Good.
She's intimidated.
Yeah. So what are you going to say? Are you proud of mommy?
Yes.
Why you look there and you have to tell it. Why are you proud of mommy?
Because
Okay.
I don't know.
She doesn't know why she's proud of me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Intimidated. That's normal.
Yeah. They're just flabbergasted, I think. Okay. Let's okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
It's
Now,
very
mommy,
nice seeing
I want
them.
you all to sit down quietly there, okay? Sit down quietly, no making noise, okay? Okay.
So now
Let's
you
get
need
back.
to get in a sidecar if you want to take them the tree together. Well, actually, you don't want to take them the tree together because you said you want to ride your bike to escape them a little bit. So yeah, maybe not by a sidecar. But when they
Yeah, because
that's very cool. You know that my parents, they would take me on motorcycle rides since I was 4 years old. And that was our only means of transportation for holidays. And now that I grew older, it's very nice to do it as exactly as a couple's activity. It's very nice to do as a family activity, and it helps you actually keep connecting sometimes with your kids, you know, because you have something in common, you go riding together. So that's pretty cool. That's a way of getting also stay connected with your kids even when they grow older. Like, you know, my parents, when they want me to visit or they want me to go on a holiday with them, they say, yeah, listen, we do this super cool motorcycle tour in South Africa. Do you want to join? I'm like, yeah, sure. So yeah.
yeah, because I ride a street bob, so which I don't have passenger seat, which my husband, he rides a heritage, so he does. So what he does, he just bring the kids around. We have a small kids helmet, so they are just they're excited. So they feel like, oh, you know, daddy's their hero because daddy brings them in the bike while the mom doesn't. But it's okay. But what to do? I don't have a passenger seat.
So do you have any motorcycle dream or project?
Yes, I do. Actually, I have a dream, which is I think it's a bit you know, super big. So which I want to ride with my husband in the Asia continent. You know, because Asia continent, you know, when you talk about Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and you know, these kind of countries, you know, the traffic is crazy. So I want to challenge myself riding in this kind of hustle bustle cities. You know, while when you see these Europes and so on, they are more, you know, straight roads, and you know, there's no crazy traffic. So which you sometimes you can get it in Malaysia, which when you ride in the highway, it's just a straight road and everything. So I want to challenge myself. So I want to go on a ride with my husband. You know, this you know, conquer this whole Asian continent. Yeah, that is my dream. One day I will accomplish it.
Nice.
Let's see how it goes.
And what do you like about riding with the Ladies of Harley?
Okay, one, safety. They emphasize on your, you know, your gears. You know, they make sure that you wear proper boots, jackets, and everything, because before that they will, you know, give you a safety briefings and everything. So when I had my first ride with them, you know, they really took care, you know, because since I was the first one, I was a new rider, I was a newbie there. They really, you know, emphasize on my safety. They made sure whether I ride, you know, in the group, and I, you know, didn't stir around or anything. So, you know, that makes me really comfortable with them. So, and I have good sets of friends there as well. I have new friends, and that's how I met you, Anson.
Yeah, true. And it's true that also in this organization, they quite emphasize about safety, and they're getting a few people to do the, you know, to organize the ride and make sure that, you know, we can cross they have road captains and so on. So that kind of makes it easy, right? It makes the ride a
Exactly.
little. Once you get experience, you want to go a bit more wide, like not wide, but in the sense, you know, a bit more. Because I love those rides as well, because it's well organized, you follow, they try to make it very safe and so on. And when we go to a place, we go for makan, for eat, that's pretty cool. But then sometimes I'm like, oh, we spend more time eating than actually riding. So, you know, when you start getting experience and you start getting the riding bugs, like you feel like, you know, joining different groups and discovering different places and spending more time on the road. But it's a really good group. And I agree with you. When I moved to Malaysia, like the Ladies of Harley, they welcomed me like open armed, and that's where I met all my local friends. So okay, so last question. What would you tell a woman in general, who want to feel like riding, but they are afraid, or they are afraid of safety, or they are afraid of, they don't know how to learn, or they are afraid of family, or, you know, they see all the difficulties that they might face before learning how to ride? What would you tell them?
Okay, you mean the challenges, right?
Yes.
Okay. In the beginning, okay, honestly, I'm just telling it from my opinion. Okay, in the beginning, I felt like a lamb in the lion's den. I knew I felt, you know, because when I first started riding, because I will be the only woman in this group of men. As I said, you know, my sets of men is all, you know, they are men, and I'm the only one, the lady there. But these guys, you know, they're more to you know, the brotherhood spirit. So which I always feel comfortable with them. But so it doesn't mean that you know, when you go into riding, that you straight away you will be exposed to the group of men and everything. No such thing. Okay, you will first, you have a small sets of friends, good, you know, good company and so on. And that will, you know, make you, they will teach you actually how to ride, and you how you, okay, Jade, please come here. Okay. Okay, stop it.
Oh, he's being bullied by the others. Huh?
Janora, can you please stand to him for a while? Okay, go to Akka for a while. Okay, so that is a challenge. And another one, saying about safety and everything. As I said, you know, when you ride with Ladies of Harley or any other, you know, with your group and everything, safety comes first. Which you will have a road captain, a marshal will be, you know, ushering you. So you don't need to worry, because anytime there is help, is always there. And again, as I said, your riding gear, you know, you should have a good set of riding gear, which consists your jacket, your boots, your everything. So I think it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, so that's very good point. So I would say for those, I mean, if I summarize what you said, basically for those women who feel like riding but are afraid of being alone or not know how to ride or safety, then first they should find fellow rider and try to connect with people and find friends who can give them advices, and then buy proper gear to feel safe. And when they start riding, at least, you know, they know that they are protected. So that gives you confidence and, you know, less worries if you're waiting.
Exactly.
And third, learning how to ride properly and safely. So again, through special classes, with a private organization, those are free W, I'm giving classes to, or ask your experienced friends to give you some tips. So yeah, those are excellent, three excellent advices for women who feel starting. Well, thank you so much for your time, Priya. We're coming to this interview, and I know you're super busy. It's a Saturday afternoon. I don't want to take up too much time of your children, but it was lovely meeting you. We also connected with your husband earlier in Abu Dhabi, right?
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Working in Abu Dhabi. So nice greetings to him again. And thank him for bringing you to be a rider yourself. God bless him. And yeah, lovely meeting your kids as well. And I hope we can ride again soon.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just praying for the MCO to be lifted up, and I'm meeting you.
Have a nice day, Priya. See you soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye.